Namaste friends. In today's video, we will see as to how you can identify job related issues in a chart and also come up with a remedy. So I have actually created a sample chart here, both in KPNoX Plus and KPNoX, which is a free version of the software. So this is a sample. So I will explain on how you can identify anything related to a job, be it a loss of job, you are unable to change a job, meaning you're not getting new opportunities, or your current job is stressful. Any of these situations, how would you identify it in a chart, and how can you uh, perform a remedy even if you're not into astrology? So let's start with this. First thing is, normally in any chart we always look at sixth house and 10th house for job related questions. So if there is an issue you are facing with your job, current job, or you're not able to change, as I mentioned earlier, the first thing you will do is see if there are any planets which are impacting either the 10th house. 10th house is profession in general, and sixth house is service, any kind of service, so job related services. So if there are any negative aspects either on the 10th house or the sixth house, please keep in mind in KPNoX or KPNoX Plus, the Rashi here is fixed, but the houses keep moving depending on your Lagna. So if there are any red highlights either on the sixth house or on the 10th house, make a note of the planet. If, let's say, the houses are not in red but you are still facing issues, but especially if you're not getting opportunities, newer opportunities to change your job or role, then we need to look at the north direction. In Vastu, north direction represents opportunities. Irrespective of which house is under north, just make sure you focus on north. North is Virgo in terms of zodiac. So see if any of the planets are actually indicating that there is a negative aspect. For example, in this chart, Venus is negative on the first house. We don't have to worry about the house in this case, but it's the north direction, which means there could be issues related to getting opportunities. Opportunities could be anything. It could be job related, it could be finance related, it could be business related, any of it. But we see that Venus is actually negative for north. So there are three negative aspects: 45, 90, and 180. So if it is 45, probably it will just be a very limited issue. If it is 90 or 180, you need to be concerned. Probably the intensity of issues you face will be higher. So in that case, just make sure that you understand what is the planet, and in every single case you will actually notice that that particular planet is active in DBA, as we call it, either Dasha, Bhukti, or Antara. It could be active at level 1 or level 2, meaning either as a planet or as a star lord. So that is why you are facing that particular issue. So just to recap, either you will find it negative for the sixth house or the 10th house. If not, it could also be for north, especially if you're looking for change of job and it's not happening. So then check the north, irrespective of the house. Okay. So this covers part 1. Part 2 is, you will see that Rahu and Ketu have no aspects of their own. Yeah, in KP we don't consider their aspects. Now what we need to see is whether Rahu or Ketu is present in the 6th house or the 10th house of the chart, and also consider the house which is represented by number 6. Rashi number 6 is actually north. Okay, so if Rahu and Ketu are placed in any of these houses, that can also trigger issues. For instance, Rahu can trigger sudden changes or sudden problems. Okay, and Ketu generally indicates a break. So you will see it in one of these places. It could either be with 6th house or 10th house, or the direction is north. So these three things you have to check. And once you check, what do you need to do? Now in this case, in this example, we see that Venus is actually negative for north, which means this native will not be getting opportunities. It could be for job, business, or finance, anything. Any kind of an opportunity is not seen by the native. So once we have identified the planet, and please keep in mind, this planet has to be active. You will not face issues throughout. It's just that if and only if the planet is active in DBA, you will encounter the issues pertaining to the house where it indicates a negative aspect. So in this case, I have a table here. So there are two ways of resolving this. I have given the colors for each of the planets. So in this case, we saw that it is Venus. So if it is Venus, try and avoid using cream or off-white attire, and also make sure that you avoid having yogurt and sweets. If you can minimize usage of these two, it will help you. So always keep in mind that the planet that is impacting you, if you utilize its color or you increase consumption of items, food items related to that planet, you will encounter problems. So to minimize on that part, it is always better you avoid the color, whichever color the planet represents, and the food items to the extent possible. Now especially if it is Saturn, I have seen in several cases that the person likes to wear black t-shirts all the time. They would love to eat junk food most of the time. So indirectly they are actually enhancing the energies of Saturn, thereby enhancing the problems. So the only way to get rid of that or minimize the problem is to avoid using colors related to that planet and avoid food items related to that particular planet. So this can help you overcome the problem in most cases, or at least minimize the impact of the problem you are facing. So I hope you will find this video useful. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.